Early one morning in October, the air was thick with silence. A silence that was shattered by a 911 call, one that would send chills down anyone's spine. A young voice, eerily calm, described a scene of horror. "I just killed my mum and my sister," Jake Evans confessed, his words dripping with an unsettling serenity. Jake, only 17, had walked through the house he once called home, methodically carrying out acts that would forever haunt the small town of Aledo, Texas. When the call ended, it wasn't just the operator who felt the weight of what had been said. Jake's father, Darrell Evans, learned of his son's actions and made a decision that many found hard to comprehend. He refused to assist in his son's bail. Why? Because the wounds inflicted were too deep, too raw. In the cold light of day, we're left asking, why did this happen? Jake claimed he was inspired by the movie Halloween, but the root cause digs much deeper into the human psyche. Psychologically, Jake's case reveals a mind disturbed, detached perhaps from reality. Some might call him a psychopath. Others might suggest severe depression, a boy lost in a world that no longer made sense to him. But can we truly understand what went wrong inside that house, inside Jake's mind? The answer is murky, buried beneath layers of untreated mental illness, desensitization to violence, and a young soul crying out for help in the worst way imaginable. Islamic law holds life in the highest regard. Taking a life is one of the gravest sins. In a case like Jake's, Islamic justice would demand retribution, yet it also leaves room for mercy. Could Jake have been forgiven? Perhaps, but only after acknowledging the weight of his crime and the need for repentance. Yet his mind, twisted by whatever demons he harbored, might never have grasped the full gravity of his actions. As the sun rose over Aledo that morning, one family was left in ruins, 2 lives lost, and another forever marred by an act that can never be undone. What can we learn from this tragedy? Perhaps it's a reminder that the monsters we fear aren't always lurking in the shadows. They can be born from our own flesh and blood, twisted by the world around them. In the end, we must ask ourselves, how many Jakes are out there, unseen, unheard, until it's too late? It's time we start listening, start caring, before the next 911 call comes in and the next family is left in shock trying to pick up the pieces. Because prevention begins with understanding, and understanding begins with listening. End with silence, then fade to black.